Two cops pulled guns on a black cyclist on a desert road, then froze when he showed his ID. It was supposed to be a peaceful ride, just a retired Navy officer on his old bicycle pedaling across the vast, silent desert road. The sun was merciless, the wind dry, and the world seemed still until flashing lights and yelling shattered the quiet. Two police officers jumped out, guns drawn, fingers twitching. They barked commands at the elderly black man like he was a threat to society. But what happened next? When the man calmly reached into his bag and pulled out his old military ID, their faces turned pale. What they did afterward stunned everyone watching, especially their own captain. Please support us by subscribe, like, and share for more, with activating the notification bell. Thank you. Elijah Turner was 72, a wiry, gray-bearded man with eyes that had seen both war and peace. He served in the U.S. Navy for 35 years, retired with honor, and now spent his days living in a small home on the edge of Arizona. Every week, he took his old rusted bike down Highway 19, a forgotten stretch of desert road that rarely saw a soul. For Elijah, it was therapy, a chance to think, to breathe, and remember. He wore a tattered bomber jacket from his Navy days, sunglasses, and a worn cap with USS Bunker Hill stitched across the front. Strapped to his back was a hydration pack, and in his saddlebag was a folded American flag, a gift from his son's funeral. His son, too, had worn the uniform. On this particular day, the sun was merciless, beating down on the blacktop. Elijah had gone 12 miles out when he noticed a patrol car creeping behind him. He pulled slightly to the side, expecting it to pass, but it didn't. Suddenly, the cruiser revved up and screeched to a halt ahead of him. Two officers, young, white, and tense, jumped out with their weapons drawn. "Hands where we can see them," one shouted. "Drop the bag. Step off the bike." Elijah stopped. He raised his hands slowly. "What's going on, officers?" he asked, voice calm but firm. "No sudden moves," the other barked, still pointing his pistol. The officers, Officer Kent and Officer Miller, claimed there had been a recent break-in at a desert gas station 10 miles back. The suspect? A suspicious black male, on a bicycle. That was all they needed. But Elijah wasn't just some drifter. He lived here. He'd served here. He had bled for this country. "I didn't steal anything," he said quietly. "Just writing." "You match the description," Kent sneered. "Where you coming from?" Elijah tried to keep calm. "From my home in Amado, heading to the Veterans Memorial. I ride there every week." "You got ID?" "Yeah, in my bag. Can I reach for it?" The officers hesitated. Guns still pointed. Miller nodded. Elijah reached slowly, every motion deliberate. He opened the bag, pulled out a leather case, and handed over a crisp military ID. It read, "Commander Elijah Turner, retired, U.S. Navy." Kent stared, then blinked. The tension cracked for a moment, but it wasn't over. Miller took a photo of the ID and said, "We'll run it. Stay put." Elijah could have snapped. Instead, he said, "You know, I train men like you. Overseas. Risked my life. And here I am, a suspect in my own country." The silence that followed was deafening. Backup arrived in the form of a senior officer, Captain Rhodes, an older Latino man with a tired face and calm presence. As soon as he pulled up, he waved the young officers off. "What's going on here?" Rhodes asked, nodding toward Elijah. He matched the description, Kent said, shifting uncomfortably. "We're checking his ID." Rhodes looked at Elijah, squinting, then froze. "Commander Turner?" he asked. Elijah raised an eyebrow. "Do I know you?" Rhodes stepped closer, removed his sunglasses. "Cadet Rhodes. Annapolis. You guest lectured in '89. I never forgot your story about the carrier landing in the storm." A pause. Then Rhodes turned to Kent and Miller. "Lower your weapons. Now." They obeyed. Rhodes looked furious. "This man is a hero. You should be shaking his hand, not aiming your weapons." Kent stammered, "Sir, we thought, you didn't think." "That's the problem," Rhodes snapped. Elijah sighed. "It's not the first time. Won't be the last." By now, a car had pulled over. Then two. Soon, 5 or 6 vehicles had lined the road. Drivers stood outside, recording with their phones. Among them was a local reporter named Janelle Brooks, who happened to be passing through. She walked straight to Rhodes. Sir, I've got this all on video. Are you aware your officers pointed guns at a decorated war veteran? Rhodes turned pale. I'll handle it. Elijah wasn't angry, just tired. This isn't about me, he told Janelle. This is about how easily things can spiral because of a look, a guess, a color. Rhodes faced Elijah, visibly ashamed. I'm sorry, Commander. They'll be held accountable. I promise. The apology was public. The video went viral. News outlets picked up the story, retired Black Navy commander profiled at gunpoint by rookie cops. Overnight, Elijah Turner became a national name. But what touched people wasn't the outrage, it was Elijah's composure, his dignity, and his refusal to return hate with hate. Weeks later, Elijah was invited to speak at the police academy. Not to scold, but to educate. His story had sparked a conversation across the state about training, about assumptions, and about humanity. Kent and Miller were suspended for retraining. Elijah asked that they meet with him in person. In a small, closed room, they did. I judged you, Kent admitted. I saw your skin before I saw your soul. Elijah nodded. That's why we talk. That's how we change things. Not through anger, but through accountability. The department established a new program, Veterans for Justice, where retired servicemen, especially those of color, spoke to recruits about profiling, respect, and the real cost of misjudgment. As for Elijah, he still rode that desert road, still wore his bomber jacket, still saluted the flag every time he passed the memorial. But now, people honked in respect. Some stopped to shake his hand, and every young officer knew his name. We live in a world where a man who gave everything can still be treated like a threat because of how he looks. But sometimes, one moment of recognition, a name, a memory, a shared history, can flip the script. Elijah Turner didn't raise his voice. He raised awareness, and that made all the difference.